Today we are also unloading from the container 5 arahats sculpture, which would be in a replica of the deer park, turning the first Dharma view of the Buddha, right in our pasture when you drive in. So we'll be unloading the 5 monks, the statues, and put it on the grass today. Yeah. And we still have to open what is inside to see the carving. Anyway, I have one question, and the question was written in Chinese. So I have to read it out and said, answer in English. Written in Chinese and answer in English. Strange. 在我冥想打坐的时候, when I was meditating, sometimes I feel my body is vibrating with certain qi or energy. Sometimes, occasionally, and this happened just now in the meditation session 2 times, a certain part of my body feels uncomfortable. So I feel a spasmodic convulsion on the left chest. And consequently, my breath was interrupted. What's the reason? Is it because my qi is not flowing well, or I'm sick? So this is the question. This question, why do you shake, or why do you have certain reaction and all that? I have to know what you are doing. Because I told in the beginning that you are counting. Are you counting? If you're not counting, you're just sitting in there, I don't know. So there's so many questions before I answer this one. Have you been counting? If you've been counting, so you have been concentrating the counting, then you may not be able to feel discomfort here and discomfort there. And also, what have you been practicing before this meditation session? Have you been told or influenced by Qigong that you should practice Qigong? Or have you done some exercise related to Qigong? Or have you done meditation related to Qigong? What have you learned that got you into trouble? I don't know. Have you learned something that we haven't been practicing here, that you learn outside that I don't know? So how can I answer your questions without knowing a lot of great details about many, many things? What have you been learning? How do you get exposed to what you're learning? Who do you learn it from? What technique have you been using for the meditation? And when you were meditating just now, that truth, it happened to you 2 times. What did you do in the counting, or what do you do? And also, you said that occasionally you feel uncomfortable, and you feel that your qi is being blocked somewhere. We have many chakras inside our body. The most significant of these are the 7 chakras, the main chakras. Basically, everybody has blockages of qi. A, B, C, D, everybody. Some have blockages in the head, some blockages here, some blockages. It depends on your background. It depends on when you were brought up. Depends on whether you were hurt in the sports, or it depends on many, many variables that your qi is blocked up somewhere. We don't know. But everybody has qi blockages. And when all these blockages are clear, that means the qi has circulated smoothly in your body. The qi is a physical feeling. This physical feeling will affect the spiritual or mental feeling also. So when the qi has no blockages whatsoever, which is almost like impossible unless you attain nirvana or attain at a certain stage that maybe the Buddha has attained, maybe your qi could be helping you to clear the blockages. Say that if you have a certain blockage somewhere and the chi is trying to rush through it, you will feel the vibration, because the rushing through of the blockages will produce this vibration, and you don't feel comfortable because that part is blocked up. And now, the guy who is repairing it, it's just like you block up your kitchen pipes, your drainage pipe in the kitchen. It's been blocked up with so much dirt in it. And then you call up the guy, the plumber, to clear up the blockages, and the plumber is going to shake all these things and clear it off through. It produces a lot of vibration to the pipes, and you won't feel comfortable when someone is clearing the blockages. So the chi could be helping you to clear the blockage, and this chi directly affects mentally your feeling too. And we're talking about the physical part, which is already very subtle, which is already very complicated, which is already a lot to study about it. That's only the physical part of it. Clearing of the chi to the blockages. There's also the mental part. The chi is related to the mental part too. The mental part is something that is not perceivable. You could have the spiritual part is not called chi. It's not called energy. It's called the karma, your karma, your karmic, your karma. Your karma involves not only of the present but also of the past. Your chi more or less involved with what is now inside your body. But your chi is also being affected by karma. So it's very complicated. And if in your previous life, for example, you have certain karma that, for example, the karma of anger. In your previous life, you always build up anger in you. Or you have been using the anger, misdirected your anger in something that is harmful to others. This produces bad effects. And this karma comes up again, it's going to affect you spiritually, affect you mentally. And this anger that you accumulated in previous life is also in the chi. So it's like the chi is clearing not only the present blockages, but blockages belong to the past. So when the anger comes out, you feel very uncomfortable. You feel that it's the end of the world. You feel very unhappy. When you have anger, you don't feel happy. You feel you're going to blow up. You are suffering. When you are angry, actually you are suffering. When you are suffering, you actually, if the chi is helping you to bring out the anger, when you are meditating, actually the chi is helping you to clear up old blockages of anger. So you will dissipate it. Then you will yell, ha, ha, you will yell. You will yell, you will feel, none of this guy is good. You may even curse at them. You say the 4-letter word at them. You do all kinds of things because the chi is clearing up the anger. If the chi is not helping you, your anger is all bottom inside. You have to find outlets to experience this chi, and the outlet could be what? Fighting, cursing, doing wrong deeds. But now the chi is helping you in your meditation to clear it without hurting others. It's just like dissipating, it's just like experiencing the suffering and dissolve the case of anger. There's so many cases of anger that you really have to go through. So it's a very complicated thing. If you I have to know your background, how you have been doing it, how do you understand it, have you been following it well? And you said, is it because you are sick? We're all sick, one way or another. Some are sick seriously, some are just not that serious. We're all sick. No one is free from sickness. If you're not sick physically, you're sick mentally. Everybody has a mental sickness, but some is schizophrenia or psychotic, all that, but some may be able to control. That's karmic energy, that's karma. So it's something that is so complicated that I cannot deal with it just one piece of paper. Neither can the psychiatrists solve the problem. You know why? A psychiatrist, usually it's like the treatment of using psychiatric help is in two parts. One is the psychiatry itself giving you the medicine. They throw you with all kinds of medicine. The other is psychotherapy, which is talking to you, consolation, giving you the guidance, and not using any medicine. And sometimes they use both. And more people discover that the medicine is not curing at the root level, it's just stopping it and at a level that is not curing the basic. In other words, to cure the tree, you have to start from curing the roots and not the branches. All the dead branches come out, you cut away the branches, you think you will help the tree. You have to make sure the roots are fertilized. The roots, that the water flow, the sunlight, everything is doing good to the roots. Certainly the root is not soaked in water. The root is not rotten with a lot of pesticide or fertilizers and germs and worms. You really have to aerate the soil. So you have to do a lot of things. I cannot answer this question by just telling you this is what to do. But if you find that you always run into this problem, for now, quit meditating. Don't do any meditating. Wait till you are all prepared. Because you force yourself to do meditation, it's not good. Maybe what you should do is change to something like being athletic. Do jogging, running, swimming, doing something creative. If you really want to meditate, don't meditate for too long. Maybe just calm down for half an hour. Learn to meditate for just half an hour, learning how to calm yourself down. Don't get into the deep chi of the meditation. Whereas, pay attention to exercise. Have you been exercising? Some people, they never do exercise. They just eat and meditate. You think that would help? That would help? After eating, then you meditate, and you eat and you meditate, you'll be a fat meditator. You have to do exercise. You have to exercise. You have to have a balanced diet, balanced exercise. If you haven't been exercising, maybe if you spend 1 hour do meditation, spend half an hour exercising. This is a question difficult to answer because I don't know your background. And meditation is something that is so mystical, sometimes I can use that word. It requires a lot of, not only knowledge, it requires a lot of perseverance. And also, no one can meditate well without raising one's morality standard. If you have been selfish, if you have been killing, lying, sexual misconduct, you don't observe any precepts, you're morally unwholesome, meditation would not help you. You have to learn to be a good person first in order to do meditation well. What is the definition of a good person? You have to go into the sila of what the Buddha was talking about. What is sila? What is vinaya? We really have a lot to pick up anyway.
You said when counting is well done,
Yeah.
the breath becomes so subtle and fine.
Yeah.
And I just wonder how subtle it is. Is it so small that you have to almost search for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is subtlety? So when you're doing counting, let's talk about counting first. Step number one is counting. Don't look for anywhere. Counting. Okay, counting, and 1 to 10, 1 to 10, and you have been faithfully counting. The monkey mind that is doing the counting sometimes wanders away, but you already have the monkey's neck under a leash. You slowly pull it back and stay put in the counting, going away and counting. And if you do that, training yourself, for how long, I don't know. Some people a month, several months, several years, lifetime. He still couldn't count well. So if you have been good, counting, faithful and like that, then your breath becomes what? Your breath becomes under your control. Because when you are counting, you don't try to make it long or make it short or make it subtle. You just count, because that is your object of focus. And when you count well, it becomes subtle. What is subtlety? If your breath becomes long and very deep. There's one characteristic, long and deep. So that if you feel that you breathe in, the air goes in, it permeates to every part of the body, and then it goes out naturally. Don't control it. It becomes long, it becomes deep. When it's long and deep, it also becomes subtle. What is subtle? So quiet. You can't even feel it. Subtlety is quietude. It becomes quietude, it becomes long, the length of it becomes long, and it almost becomes not noticeable. Because if it's so quiet, then you can't notice it. The moment when you notice your breath is when it's not quiet. You can feel it, right? So when it's so quiet, so long, so deep, and so unnoticeable, then the subtlety comes. Then that is subtle. Is it long? Is it deep? Is it unnoticeable? And also, do you have the mental experience of bodily fabrications? Do you have the mental experience of what? Of detachment? So in other words, you also find that, it's long, the breath is long, it's deep, it's quiet, it is subtle. And also, when I'm at it, I feel that I am content. I have one-pointedness of mind. My mind is wandering, not wandering anymore. That is subtlety. The subtlety only comes. You don't have to look for subtlety. You don't have to identify what is subtlety. You will feel it. You don't have to find the definition for subtlety. It comes naturally to you. And if it is subtle, you don't find this is subtlety. Now a subtle comes. Don't label that. But for the sake of talking about it, we call it subtle. You understand? For the sake of talking about it, we call it subtle, but there's no such definitions of what is subtlety. It's 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4. It's not that. It's not a formula. It's a feeling. If you have one-pointedness of mind, if it's long, if it is deep, if it is unnoticeable, if you feel content, if you have the moment of joy, the moment of bliss, that is subtlety. And it's so quiet that you don't count it anymore, you just follow it. Actually, you will automatically go into following without even say, okay, I finished my course at counting, I go into the course of following. You don't really have to do that, because it would come to you spontaneously and naturally that you want to follow it. Yes?
When we meditate at home, is it better to follow some music or just being as silent as today?
This question is asked because you don't trust me. You know why? I said counting. Why do you follow music?
There's a lot of meditation music online.
No. Don't attach to the music. Just counting. Why do you follow? Meditation has nothing to do with the music. Good music though. I don't hate music. I don't think music is bad. But why do you want music to be in your mind now? Are you just quit your meditation and listen to some music? Why listen to music when you're meditating? Because when you're listening to music, you're being influenced by the music. You're not meditating. You've already been moved by the music. You're not you. You are the you that is moved by the music. Sometimes you be happy about the music. You hate certain music. You don't like rapping. You hate rapping. You don't like jazz. You hate jazz, but you like, I don't know what you like. So you differentiate. Don't differentiate. Try to find something neutral. What is neutral? Not something you like, not something you dislike. Music is something that you like, something you dislike. Find some neutrality, and that is the breath. Do you hate your own breath? No, right? Do you love your breath? You love your breath so much that you want to hold it inside, you don't want it to leave? It will leave you. Your breath comes and goes. Find something neutral. Find something that does not involve hatred, dislike, liking, whatever, neutral. And that is your breath. How come you don't use it and you still want to look for music? What kind of music are you looking for? Huh?
There's some meditation music.
Meditation music. There's some meditation music. I never heard that the Buddha said there is certain meditation music on the market that I can buy. So don't bring any music into your... Because we've been talking about breath. But that's a good question. You know why that's a good question? You thought that music should be brought in your breath, right? I don't know how you can do that. Listening to music at the same time and counting your breath? How can you do two things at the same time? Counting your breath and listening to the music? No, I don't think you can do that. Okay? So it's good to answer the question because I know how you think. You think that you can meditate with music. And then I say, what kind of music? Do you meditate with rapping music? Or jazz? Or singing?
No, it's just like yoga music.
Oh, yoga music.
Yeah, very soft.
And yoga music, now, let me tell you, Chinese yoga music is different from Indian yoga music. It's different from European yoga music. It's different from American yoga music. What kind? Nationalistic yoga music? Then you're differentiating.
I don't type them, but
Yeah.
if you go YouTube,
Yeah, I know. I go to YouTube too.
meditation music, there's
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah. That sometimes going to music. Okay, music is good because sometimes music changes the mood of a person, and certain music is very soothing. Certain, especially music that relates to rhythm of the mind. It's very soothing, and that's the reason why some classical music stands the passage of time. For thousands of years, it's still very soothing. And to some music is just, what do you call that, periodic. It belongs to a certain time. I remember when I was a teenager, the kind of music that we have, it's slow-moving kind of music. The singer is singing from a diaphragm. Now it seems to be singing from the head. Wow, it's so high. Wow, they're so high. But in those days, they don't sing from the upper part of the body. They sing from here, so it becomes very soothing. But now people like to listen to that kind of music. As I mentioned before, there's a kind of meditation that is called explosive meditation. I don't know if you heard of it. Explosive meditation? They charge a fee though. I think they charge $300. I don't want to name the country, but they charge certain fee, and they call it the meditation of explosion. You know how in the first class, you know what they do? They give you music. What kind of music? Oh, explosive music. Bing, bing, tung, tung, bing, bing, like a factory. So there's all kinds of boom, what do you call that? Explosive music on you. And then it was so much, but it's a course where you pay for it. Then you meditate was so loud that you feel you want to throw up, vomit. And then how come, the guru said, that's natural. Right now you're vomiting all your garbage out. That's the explosive, that vomit your garbage out. Don't just take any kind of meditation technique. Take the Buddha's meditation technique. That's what we've been using. The in and out breath is not invented by me. The Buddha said that in Mahasatipatthana, in Satipatthana, in Yoga Bhumi Sastra, in many, many sutras that was mentioned. So why don't we just follow the Buddha's teaching?